Yeah, I'm kind of restless as a person, and I'm certainly restless ideologically. You know, I'm acquisitive in terms of I'm an acquisitive person in terms of new experiences and new ideas, and I like being exposed to different kinds of people in different situations, and I like being in a situation work-wise where I feel that this film that we're making now is kind of in absolute opposition to the thing that we did before. That's just me. That's just the way that I am. I don't know where that comes from. My father was sort of a workaholic, you know, and very much a believer that evolution requires effort. You know, that you don't evolve without, you know, putting some effort into gaining new knowledge. So I think that's all it is. I feel like, you know, I'm a better filmmaker than I was 20 years ago. You know I am. I can do things now that I couldn't do then. And so that's you got to work at that. I think I'm a different filmmaker than when I stopped making movies, and I think it's because of the work that I did in the interim. But I think that's normal. I mean, I think if you don't feel different after you get out of any project, I think there's probably something wrong. I mean, I hope you would have learned something. You have to motivate yourself to want to change. And, you know, I guess being a moving target is better than being stationary, I guess, or that's what I feel. The one thing that I'm glad I haven't been doing lately is writing. That I wrote as a way of getting in to the business, but I'm not a writer, and it took me a while to realize that, and when I did, my work got better immediately. I like working with writers. I wrote like a director when I look back on it. My ability to sort of, my abilities were sort of okay on a storytelling level, like this needs to happen now, or something needs to happen now, or this thing that happens here should happen down there. That I feel, you know, good at. The ability to sort of be a ventriloquist and truly create a character whose consciousness is different from mine, I'm not skilled at that. I'm really not. And when I've worked with people who are, and I know the difference. And so it's much more fun for me to sit in a room with Scott, work on the story, and have him write it. That's the ideal situation, the best use of me. Part of the positive aspect of having a core group of people that I work with from film to film, especially with somebody like Greg Jacobs, who's my producer and also my first assistant director. So who's a filmmaker in his own right. I get a lot of, and I create an environment, there's a lot of, nobody's shy about telling me when they think something's not working. I guarantee you, I get a lot of feedback from people, but I think that, I think that intimacy is a good thing for the film.